Hi there. I'm Christine Alexandria of Angel Chatter, and welcome to my home office. Many of you have been reaching out to me privately and publicly regarding not really my thoughts, but the angelic realm's thoughts, and certainly the many goddesses that I channel on their interpretation and messages regarding coronavirus. So instead of addressing you all individually, I thought, well, let's face it, they prompted me to do this video for you. One of the things they won't address per se are the many, many conspiracy theories that are out there, because there are many. And like most things, there are snippets of truth within them, and there are snippets of non-truths. And it is up to the individual to take what they wish or not wish from that. And it's not something that would necessarily serve you more at the heart level. And that's where they want to focus more today, is how this is affecting each and every one of us, and how this is indeed an opportunity to become more aware and to dig deeper and remember your whys and all of those things. But some of the things you may be experiencing right now are stronger intuitive messages, more prophetic or lengthy dreams. Like just last night, I had a dream about I was responsible for a baby crocodile and having it set up in its room. But added to that were all of my daughters were involved in the dream. So crocodiles can mean very protective and be aware, lie in wait for danger is near, but it also can mean that your intuitive gifts are increasing. And also, oh, how funny, a cycle is ending and it's time for new beginnings. And that's where they collectively wish to focus for this post. So what there's been a common phrase that keeps coming up this week that they keep handing to me, and that is, we have met the enemy and it is us. Now, it's often given credit to Pogo, but it actually comes from a American naval officer back in 1813. His name was Hazard Perry, and it was after they defeated the British naval fleet. But in essence, we are the ones who have gotten side railed. We are the ones that have forgotten in the ongoing race of keeping up and forging ahead, making good time, but not going really anywhere, let's face it. So it's this reset. Coronavirus is a major reset. And unfortunately, there will be businesses that fold. There will be people that perish, and none of which I personally wish on anybody. But this is part of what is happening globally right now. And all of us being forced into quarantine, we have the best intentions, perhaps initially, to make these gourmet meals. I'm going to learn something, and then lethargy can set in. And certainly, who hasn't bottomed out, or at least tippy-toed around the bottom? Me included. You get down deep, and that's where the magic can happen. That's where they don't want you to wallow in it, but they're suggesting that that's the golden opportunity to rethink. That's the opportunity to journal, sit with them. Certainly call on Archangel Michael first. He is the angel of protection. He is all about protecting you on your path. So before you get into a meditation or doing any kind of heart-to-heart journaling, call on him so the messages that you're getting are more clear. Because right now the veil is very thin. Many of you have shared that you're getting visits with your grandparents that certainly aren't here physically. Many of you have shared you see figures, images in nature that aren't really there physically. And what you're seeing is certainly beyond the veil. And the veil is a term that's used, that physical, right? We're here right now, very physical card, very physical glass of water with my crystal scepter. Very physical. The veil beyond is more energy. So this very physical reality that majority resides in is third dimension. Now there was a group years and years ago, the fifth dimension, came out with the very popular song of Age of Aquarius. Now the fifth dimension is a very real dimension within energy, and it's much more energy focused, it's much more love focused, and that's where we're being challenged to remembering the essence of love, remembering the power of love, which is our center. Our center is our heart. Metatron, soul star chakra, helps you with your soul's mission, often says, in combination with his twin, Sandalphon, earth star chakra, 6 inches below your feet, where is your center? Doesn't matter if you're on your head or on your feet, your heart. And how often do we get guided by our thoughts? How often do we find ourselves hunched over and concentrating? And what leads, again, is the mind. The minute you can sit back, feel the back of your back on a chair, your heart begins to lead. Align your ears over your shoulders, over your hips. You can't hunch and have that. The minute you do that, your heart begins to open up. There's actually, if you've been with me for a while, I often say, thanks to them, place your hands over your heart. And it's been scientifically proven. It connects the synapses within you because of the heat of your hand. Helps you physically connect to that space, but energetically, you're now paying attention to the wisdom of your heart. This is the birthplace of our soul. It is time we all start paying more attention to what this shares for us. It doesn't matter your lifestyle, how big or small your home is, what kind of car you drive. That's all ego. What motivates you? What gets you juiced up? Allow yourself to remember. Allow yourself to imagine. How do you want to be when this is over? Think about that. It's a much bigger word than we give it credit for. What are your whys? And they do want to come out with some cards, and we'll see what kind of channeling they wish to share. But what's happening now, you will see more and more soul groups joining. And because we have social media and the internet, many soul groups are joining across the airwaves. It doesn't have to be your genetic family, and oftentimes it actually may not be your genetic family, but they ask you which person, it's not necessarily a bad person, but which person repels you, which person are you drawn to? And it's the ones that repel. There's that karmic lesson to dig deeper in, and you have time now. Unfortunately, we have a lot of time sitting in our homes to help that heal. So there is a lovely Hawaiian healing technique called Ho'oponopono. You place your hands over your heart. Think of that, and think of where it sits within your physical body, where you feel that imbalance, that angst, that fear, that hurt, that betrayal, that anger, and say that magical phrase, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Over and over and over again until it dissipates. There are many, many, many good books out there. So do your own research and find them. No, I don't have one. So I've been shuffling my cards, Angel Chatter Oracle cards. And the card that wants to come out is Detox, Uriel. And Uriel comes forward. This is not just the detoxing of the body, which is often thought, but this is now our chance to detox the mind. It's a chance to detox the energy that's around us. It is allowing, giving you the moment to step forward, to be more aware of your whys, to what motivates you and why do I want to do that? Why do I want to be that? Why do I? You fill in the blank. And keep answering those whys until you feel a crack. When you feel that crack within your heart, that's when you know you're really, really getting deep. I had my students do this very exercise at their retreat last year, and I'm not going to lie, there were some tears happening because that's when the truth comes out. Don't be afraid of the tears. It allows you to dig deeper. It allows the truth to come out. And that's where they want you to focus. Focus on that. Again, focus on that heart. Focus on your truth. Not here. Remember, if it's here, it's expansive. If it's here, yeah, it can be a little scary because it's challenging, but it's not fearful. It is time for all of us to be courageous within our own. It is time for all of us to stand stronger in our truth and stop copying another that we think is ahead of us. That's competition. That's ego. It's time to stand more comfortably in your gifts, whether it's sewing, woodworking, business, angels, channeling, inspiring and empowering others, helping you shift your money mindsets. There's so many different places to excel. Now is your time, because now it is time for love to come out to play. Gabriel comes up with the top card, says not yet. Don't get scared. Not yet means this shift is happening. Not yet says it is happening, but it's not happening right this moment. Not across the globe. I've shared with my students, one of my clients shared a drawing that one of her friends had channeled, and she asked me to interpret, so it's not mine to share, so I can't share. But one of the things that came out, it was an 8-pointed star. 4 of the points were completely void of any illustration. There was nothing inside the point, there was nothing outside the point. 2 of the points had an illustration symbol, sigil, within the point as well as outside the point. The last 2 had nothing within the point, but they had energy outside the point. So I asked, what does this represent? And in bottom line, it was a representation of how much of humanity is awake. 50%. 4 of those points were void. 50% of the world's population is living with blinders. They are not aware. They are not allowing themselves to live here. They are allowing this, the fear, the anger, to guide them. The points that had the interior and exterior adorned, 25% are truly awake and are beacons for others to become inspired and empowered by simply that representation of energy. 25%, it's kind of a gray area, but it's part of that 25% are the charlatans that say they're awake but aren't really. So obviously I'm a woman. Do I have to tell you? No. So if you are living that reality, you don't have to say it. It's evident. But then it's also representative of the 25% that are on the tip. One of the goals, they're on the tip of becoming awakened, the tip of being more aware, and they're ready to rise up energetically, not departing in physical form, but rising up and becoming more balanced, mind, body, and soul. So one of the hopeful results, and this is one of my personal fervent prayers on a daily basis, that when COVID-19, coronavirus, when this adventure is all over, 50% will be awake and will have a better understanding of the much needed balance that is needed in a day-to-day life, not just rushing from job to home and rinse and repeat, which is another version of Groundhog Day, or bringing in the balance of the mind, body, and soul on a day-to-day basis. And then 25% will be awake enough on that precipice to go, I wonder if, I wonder. And then there will be another 25% that will continue to remain clueless. But if 50% wake up completely and stay there, and another 25% go, ooh, I wonder if, that last 25% will not have to stay in the dark forever, because by the mere force, the majority waking up and ascending more into a higher level of energy, which of course is love, that last 25% will begin to get stirred. They will begin to wake up. But as all things, it's not happening yet. It is that essence of it is happening, and it is up to us. We have met the enemy. It is us. It is up to us to change our day-to-day practices. It is up to us to be nicer to this rock we live, we sleep, we play on, called Gaia, and be more gentle with her so she in turn can help us. It is up to us to be more gentle within ourselves. So those of you that don't know, we had a dog, and she died a little over a year ago. Her name was Gabby, and her name was spelled G-A-B-I. And when people would misspell it, I would get all bent out of shape, and I couldn't figure out why. So I asked the angels one day, so what's the deal with her name? Why G-A-B-I? I said, oh, her name is an acronym. Grace always begins inside. It starts with us. It starts with each individual person to allow that grace, to allow that love to come forward. And when we are replenished, when we are full, only then can we give to others. Selfish? Maybe. That's under Archangel Camuel, Angel of Self-Love's jurisdiction. Charity does begin at home. Taking care of yourself, not in that selfish way, but knowing that when I am replenished, I can give freely and not have to worry about what's in it for me, because I am full. Here, have some water. My thirst is quenched. Here, have some toilet paper, because we have more than enough. Here, let me help you. Think about that. Third card, Metatron, I love this, comes in with a message of right. He is encouraging you to write in your journal, write a letter. Think 5-6 weeks from now, when this is hopefully diminishing, the curves have flattened, and we are starting to emerge from our homes and condos and all of that. How do you want life to be? Do you really want it to go back to normal? Personally, I don't. Yes, I want a prosperous economy. That's my ego. That's my desire. I do want all to be empowered. But do you really wish to continue to be harried? Do you really wish to be running around? Do you wish more peace? Do you wish more harmony? Think about that and be honest with yourself. How do you wish? Then, when you see what you have written, ask them, calling on Michael first, how can I implement those changes myself? How can I make changes within my life to live how I really wish life to be? It's taking responsibility. The angels inspire, they don't control. They will give us and have given us ample information and moments where we could reset. And because we have the attention span of a fruit fly or a gnat, it doesn't last. Now we're giving the moment a big opportunity to shift. All of us are. Last card. Jophiel oversees the solar plexus, and her message is break out of your shell. It is time for you to be you. It is time for you to no longer hide. It is time for all of us to stop blaming another for why it isn't happening for us. Because we're the common denominator in our personal life. It is up to us to take charge. If you're creative like me, there's a lot of ideas going on what I could do, couldn't do, how I can help serve you and students and clients and customers better. It can get overwhelming if I look at that list. But it's looking at that list and asking what is doable now. Because as I look through each item on that list, my heart will guide me. Where does my energy wish to be focused today? Because I can't shift overnight. Well, we all could, but because it's not done on a regular basis, it's not going to have a lasting impact. So it is those smaller steps we can take each and every single day when they come from here that can have lasting results for all of us. If I can help you, I would be honored to do so. The link is in the profile for private sessions, mentor packages, and more. I'm sorry the course for the year has closed, but if that is something that really interests you, reach out. I'll see what I can do for you. I look forward to hearing your comments below. And until next time, stay true to you. Wash your hands, please, and hug those you can. And know that you are very, very loved. And for now, I am Christine Alexandria and Angel Chatter.